Smith suddenly appears at her door. He looks badly beaten. Concerned, Lila immediately invites him in, tends to his wounds, and asks what happened. However, Smith remains silent and tries to leave. Lila stops him, insisting that it is too late to go out, and offers to drive him home. On the way, she gently asks about his family, but Smith avoids answering. As they reach his home, it starts to rain heavily. The weather is beautiful. Smith steps out of the car, but Lila hesitates for a moment before finally stepping outside as well. Seeing this, Smith smiles and asks if she could teach him the dance she was doing at the bar. He steps closer, but Lila quickly moves away and gets back into the car. Before dropping him off, she firmly tells him that their relationship must remain strictly that of a teacher and student. Smith does not respond and simply walks away. The next day, Lila keeps her distance from Smith, and he notices. Understanding the situation, he decides not to approach her unnecessarily and goes home. There, his mother sees his improved grades and beams with pride. She tells him how happy she is that he is focusing on his studies. Smith replies that it is all thanks to his new teacher, who has been helping him. Hearing this, his mother smiles and says, "Then I should meet her sometime." That night, Lila goes on another date with Andrew, but Smith happens to be there as well. Lila grows bored and frustrated with Andrew's endless questions and excuses herself to the restroom. When she steps out, Smith follows her and suddenly kisses her. Caught off guard, Lila hesitates but ultimately kisses him back, realizing she is beginning to develop feelings for him. However, she quickly comes to her senses, realizing her mistake, and rushes back to her seat. Meanwhile, Andrew sits alone when Cheyenne approaches him. She starts talking about Smith and Lila, making suggestive remarks to turn Andrew against them. Later that night, Smith goes to Lila's house, but the gate is locked. He repeatedly asks her to open it, and she finally does. He tells her he is not there to hurt her. He just wants to confess his feelings. Lila, however, urges him to stay away, explaining that being close to her will only bring him trouble. She insists that he leave immediately. Despite their attempts to suppress their emotions, their feelings are undeniable. Eventually, they give in and share an intimate moment together. By morning, Lila makes Smith promise not to tell anyone about what happened between them. The scene shifts to the school, where Lila sits alone. Cheyenne approaches her, announcing that she and Andrew are now dating. Lila congratulates her and appears genuinely happy for her. Meanwhile, Smith borrows money from his smuggler friends and returns to school. When Andrew sees Lila, he asks about her mother. Although he has feelings for Lila, he has his reasons for holding back, and Cheyenne seems like the more practical choice for him. Moments later, Smith arrives and Lila leaves with him, which upsets Andrew. He cannot help but feel jealous. Later in class, Smith gives Lila a gift, a gold chain he bought with the borrowed money. Lila loves it. Smith then proposes to her, but she only smiles and does not give an answer. When Smith leans in to kiss her, Lila stops him, reminding him that they need to act normal in public to avoid suspicion. Despite this, they enjoy spending time together outside of school.